by this time, I was increasingly concerned that we were not moving fast enough to deal with the rate of transmission of COVID. I heard it referred to, I think, perhaps by Mr Gove in evidence to you, that I jumped the gun on mass gatherings. I would counter. I think by this point, none of us were jumping the gun. We were arguably all going more slowly than we should have been. I think the public was ahead of governments at this point in the action they thought was appropriate. I tried to persuade the other governments to follow suit. As it happens, they all did, I think, follow suit within 2 or 3 days, because the situation was developing at pace and in a not good direction. I believe the Scottish Government was right to take that decision then. And if I have a regret about that decision, it's not that I took it that day, it's that I didn't take it days earlier.
You did announce at 3:20 p.m. that day that mass gatherings of more than 500 people will be banned in Scotland. Is that right?
If you're telling me that's the time of day, I did it roughly, yes. Yes. The very nature of the decisions we were taking, we were in a pandemic of a rapidly transmitting virus. The nature of the decisions we were taking meant that they had to be communicated quickly and clearly to the public. At this particular point, the 12th of March, my strong sense was that the public were anxious for their governments to act, to do more, to be much more on the front foot. I would put it that it wasn't that I communicated these things too quickly. Perhaps the UK government were communicating them too slowly and perhaps not doing so with the urgency that at that point was required.
Did you tell the UK government of your intention to make the announcement at 3:20 p.m?
My expectation, and what I do remember, my expectation was that by the time I made, Boris Johnson would already have spoken out of that COBRA meeting. The media, the public, on that day, I remember, were desperate for information. I guess I was surprised that I spoke before him, not because I went too quickly, because I was surprised at the time I did it, he hadn't.